listen. Listen. Hey, Facebook. Welcome to the Listen with Tania and Win talk show.
How are you? How is everyone today?
Hopefully, you are blessed and highly favored of the Lord, as we love to say. Blessed and highly favored.
It's true. It
And
is true.
so we just want to welcome you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time. Whatever you got going on, take us with you this evening. Put the earbuds in, just in case we get a little grown folks conversation. Um, but we always promise to be engaging and fun. And so we'd love to hear about you. Give us a shout out on social media. Let us know that you're listening. You can post in the comments, and we will see those as they happen. So we'd love to hear from you. Let us know you're out there. Let us know where you're listening or watching from.
Definitely.
We'd love to know that too, because the two of us are in different parts of the U.S. right now. So we'd love to know who else is out there and where you hang your hat, as the old folks say. So yeah. Anything else you want to mention, Lynn? Anything you want to chime in?
Definitely share if you are on our social media platform, which is on our stream ticker, Listen Talk Show. Share, invite. If you're watching this on the rebroadcast, definitely share and invite with your friends and your family to just join along, have a little fun with us. We have a great time on Tuesday nights, Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Central. So just share, repost, tag, and come along on this fun journey with us every Tuesday.
Yeah, awesome. So we're gonna dive right in to our second episode. Let's just have a chat. So for those that didn't get to watch last week, or you're just now getting to watch us for the first time, I am Tania Briscoe Easterling. Let me formally introduce myself. Originally from the East Coast, and blessed to be able to call Austin, Texas home. So there's that. So last week we talked about just everything that we've been involved in and everything that God has been having us doing. So this week we thought we'd just share a little bit about our hobbies, our interests, our passions. So in case you can't tell, Sister is rocking the purple. I am all things purple. And yes, that includes the Color Purple movie. And Purple Rain, just to put it out there. So
Yeah. Wow.
all things purple. Never go a day without wearing something purple, and I'm going to leave it at that. But there's always something purple on me every day. So love purple, the color purple, even love grape soda. It's serious purple commitment. I am in for the commitment. I love butterflies. One of my favorite animals. My two favorite animals are butterflies and sharks. And I know you're looking at me crazy, like, what? That is like two complete opposite ends of the spectrum. But I love the sharks for their viciousness and just how stealth they are. Like their eyes are just like cold, right? But I love butterflies just because of the transformation God takes the beautiful caterpillar to. And I feel like that is me. Like he takes the ugliness of me, because I don't know anybody that's ever looked at a caterpillar and been like, isn't it just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? It's like God takes, right. So it's like God takes that ugliness and there's already beauty and purpose inside of it. So I can so relate. So love butterflies, love sharks. I am a worshiper through and through, y'all. This is not my lane. This right here, talking, that's not it. But singing all day long, daily concerts to God, daily, earbuds and Spotify, just daily concerts. I am a worshiper at heart. It's how God talks to me. He talks to me and actually ministers to me through song. It's one of the ways he talks to me. So I love that. And while I also love worship, because I'm a lover of music, I also love the secular. the devil's music, as I heard it growing up. So love, love both. Love me some true old school, if you want to call it that, right? 90s R&B, early 2000s R&B. You know, of course, can't live without the 70s and the 80s. So love me some Stevie Wonder, some Prince. Just let me put that on and just literally have my own jam sessions, my own concerts. And lastly, the thing that I love to do, the way I love to veg. I'll share the way I love to veg. So I love to veg in two ways. I love food.
Mm.
I'm a vegetarian, or technically pescatarian, if we're going to get to know one another. I'm a pescatarian, which means I'm a vegetarian that occasionally eats fish and eggs and cheese. So, but I love food. Love food. Yeah, it ministers to me. Yes. And I also love to shoot pool. Those are my two veggies. Let me eat and let me get a cue stick in my hand. That's your girl who loves purple, who loves to shoot pool, who loves Jesus, who loves to sing, and is crazy about sharks and butterflies. So that is me.
And you love fashion.
I do. I do
Yeah.
love. I do love. I do
Mhm.
love to shop. I do love. Yes. Yes. That also ministers to me. There's great joy. There's great joy in finding a sale. I am a frugal shopper. I'm a sale. I'm a sale. Yeah, let me have a sale and I'm happy all day long. So thanks, Win. Thanks for that. What
Oh,
about you?
absolutely.
What about you?
Well, again, if you missed last week's, our first episode, so my name is Wynn Briscoe, and Tania and I, again, are cousin sisters, and I explained what that was last week, so go back and watch last week's episode. And I will say that my interests, hobbies, and passions are just as eclectic, right? So I love, number one, I love sleeping, right? So if I would say, if I had a passion, I'm a sleeper. Definitely Winnie the Pooh at the core of my
Oh
heart.
my God.
All things optimistic, love honey, and love to sleep. Now, I love traveling. The beach is my place. So it can just be a local park. It doesn't have to be the Caribbean, which I love as well. Traveling, love taking cruises, love all-inclusive resorts. So anything where there's a beach and it's warm, I'm all about it. That's really my happy place. Like Tania said, that's really kind of for me where I hear from God, where I can just really have that downtime. For me, the beach is almost like a mental health where I need to rejuvenate and really get my spirit back and back to myself. Is definitely having that time by the water really helps me. So we're both foodies. For myself, I would say I went from eating everything under the sun to vegan, vegetarian, and thank you. Miss Hicks says sleeping is her pastime, mine as well. And so I went from eating anything and everything, and then for my health, worked my way back from vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, and I tell people now I'm a flexitarian. I pretty much eat what my body tells me that it wants, and I don't eat what it doesn't want. So any given day, there's days where I'll have vegan food. There's days, and I love cooking. I love to cook. So I love cooking any and everything from vegan dishes to meat dishes, seafood, my favorite. So a little bit of any and everything I eat now. It's just, and I'm a smoothie queen. One of my passions is every day there's a smoothie, and that's what keeps me balanced. And so I love fitness and working out. One of my pastimes is softball. I've played softball since I was, my God, elementary school, all the way through adult women leagues, and played a little in college. So I absolutely love softball and just getting out into nature. Love camping. Tania and I, we were joking about that. She was like, it's not happening for her. But for me, I love nature, not necessarily snakes and things like that, but definitely love getting out and just being one with nature. So we're opposites in that. Let's just assure you.
Truly. Truly, all day.
I love growing up as a tomboy. So for me, it was cleats, sneakers, and jeans, right? So, and sleeping and eating. So as I've gotten older, I've transitioned more and started modeling in 2015. And so I do that more with some boutiques and, some fashion designers. So that's been fun with, anytime I can get, clothes. Tini and she helps me. She's my stylist because we pull it together. And it's been a fun journey of transitioning me from ponytail and cleats to high heels, which I love now every day, right? And pearls I'm in today. So it has been a journey, y'all, but I love fashion. I love having fun, running around in high heels and eating vegan food or soul food, or every now and again throwing yourself a little steak. It's totally fine too. So that's a little bit about me. And
what's your favorite color? And what's your favorite color?
My favorite, I have two, I would say they tie. So favorite colors, you'll see them in me often, but today I'm wearing neither of them. Black is one of my favorite colors, as well as hunter green, actually. So it's very funny. And it was funny. It was brought to my attention a long time ago that those two colors are actually the color of money. And I never realized it, right? But they were my colors. Still to this day, I had a green car for the longest time. Now my car is black. And I absolutely love those two favorite colors. So you purple it out, you rock it out with the purple, and if I can be in black and or green, that's me.
Yeah, it works.
It does. We balance.
We make it work. So
we do.
For people that are just tuning in for the first time, just so you know, Wynn and myself, we call ourselves sister cousins. So our dads are identical twin brothers. We come from an amazing family. Shout out to the Briscoe fam if you're watching. But our dads are twin brothers. And so we truly believe that we just share the same DNA because it's kind of true.
What they tell us. Yeah.
So we're alike in a lot of ways and different in a whole lot of ways as well, but beautifully balance each other out.
Very much. Very much. And that's the fun part about it, being sister cousins, is that we share the same DNA. So we have so many similarities, but then we have these extreme opposites that just make it fun.
Totally. Because nobody's going to ever catch me in some cleats. It's like, I'm sorry, do they have a heel? Is that a 4-inch cleat? Can I get a stiletto on that cleat? Otherwise, you're not going to catch a sister.
And Tania is just now getting me into wear purple, so it's a process, right? We just have to learn to appreciate each other. And when we go camping, we know it'll be in an RV, and she will appreciate an A-class, right, in style, and I'll still get to connect with them.
Definitely. So. I will appreciate the air conditioning and the TV and the kitchen and a toilet.
True glamping.
A full bathroom. This sister will only glamp. We will not have it any other way. So, no.
Oh my goodness, that's so fun. So that is this episode's a little bit more about us. Each episode we're going to share more so you can get to know who we are, Tania and Wynn.
Yeah. So, let's talk about, we love to talk about God moments, you guys, and just the beauty of seeing God in everything, right? And if we look for him, which is not hard to do, we will find him in every single part of our day, throughout the days. And so, Wynn, why don't you share with us what's your God moment from this past week?
Ooh, oh my God. Okay, so I've had quite a few. And let's just say, you guys, you'll hear Tania and I refer to the moments when we're having to hear, listen, be obedient, right? You'll hear us make references to that. And so for us, it happens quite often. So for me this week, one specifically was when I had plans set for a certain day this week. And I'm pretty regimented when it comes to my plans, right? I'm an organizer at heart, and I like to plan things out. And so what God does in his humor with me is he absolutely loves to just out of, as we say, nowhere, shift the plans, right? Those God moments.
Yes, Bernicia. Yes, Bernice. Yeah.
So, I had my day set, and God said, go do this. And I was like, but, I still need to do X, Y, and Z, and I need to do this before I prepare for my work week, right? So I'm pretty regimented, wanted to be able to get some things done in my weekend. And God was like, it's not about you, Win. Go do X, Y, and Z. And so I did. I did what he instructed, and lo and behold, as they say, right, got to where he had instructed me to go. And it was almost as if the people were praying for me to be there, right? They needed my assistance. And, when those things happen at that point, then you go into the, oh my God, I'm sorry that I almost messed this up, right? But he won't allow it, and so I just took that time with the people that he had sent me to for that specific purpose. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So I've had through the week multiple God moments, but that's just one that sticks out because where he needs you there, right? He needs you present, and he doesn't need you to delay. He wants you to be obedient, follow those instructions, and go and do what he's telling you to do. So that's my goal, is less negotiations. I'm a realtor by trade, so it's always the negotiations, right? So it's less, can I do this tomorrow versus today? And just more immediate obedience. So that's my God moment for this weekend.
I love it. I love it. And I love how there's blessings in that obedience, right?
Yeah,
always,
absolutely.
Always blessings. Because one is you got the beautiful blessing of some amazing food at that God.
Right.
That God moment was like, absolutely. God was like, I'm gonna minister to you now with some really good food. Like, I'm gonna bless you.
It was God, because even days later, still no tummy aches, right? And I eat pretty clean. So for it to be phenomenal with my system, that was God saying, you know what? I'm gonna let you enjoy this instead of a smoothie today, and I'm gonna cover your system.
Girl, hashtag won't he do it? Won't he do it?
So that was more than one God moment in that situation. But what about for you? What were your God moments this week?
So I'm just going to put it out there because some people might not feel this way, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
The stimulus check hitting our bank account was the God moment from this week, right?
Right on time.
Always. God is always on time. It was and still is a blessing for us to have so many things on our hearts that we know that God is telling us to do, and telling me specifically, even myself, to do. And I'm like, well, God, I need the provision. Like, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're telling me, God, but I need the provision. And God is like, okay, bet.
Right.
Here's the provision right here. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, God, I thank you. I thank you for the provision, because now I can do what it is you called me to do, right? With that, and bless people as you called me to be, as you called me to do. And of course, as always, here I am giving God the glory for all of it. We thank the president. We thank you, President, but we thank you, Mr. President, for listening to God, because clearly God told you that Tania Briscoe Easterling needed that stimulus. So there's that. So the obedience. And while I say that, even in joking, but in all seriousness, I appreciate how much our obedience is tied to other people's blessings.
There's that.
Because really, I mean, if you hadn't been obedient this past week to do what God told you to do, as Esther's uncle told him, we can't say God would not bring it about another way, but you've been called for such a season as this. It's like, here you are. I'm telling you, God is telling you, you do it. So it is so important for us to live out whatever God's telling us to do, no matter how crazy it is, because there's somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. It's a beautiful ripple effect of the blessings that are attached to our obedience. So That was
And
my God moment, and I'm still living in it. Like we still living in it. Like
it's so
we haven't spent it
true.
all. We haven't spent it all.
No, right? So if we look at the God moments that we both are referring to and how they impact us specifically,
Right,
right? But yet it's not about us, right? Really, those God moments that you just referred to are nothing but conduits, right?
right,
So for you, it's going to bless you to be able to bless your ministry, to bless others, right? And
right.
so for me, it was being in obedience again and tying it into how it blessed other people. So yes, she's spot on when she says our obedience is tied to other people's blessings. I mean,
Yes,
it's
Vernicia.
spot
It's
on.
so true.
And
It's
and
so
if I
true.
can be candid and do the opposite, what does our disobedience do? Real talk. Because now at this point,
Girl,
when if I wouldn't have done what he specifically instructed me to do in a place I hadn't planned on going at all, in a different county, okay, get in the car and go, right? What would that have done for those people?
right,
Because it wasn't in my comfort zone, right? It wasn't on my schedule. It was out of the way, right?
right.
All of those things, what would that have done for the ripple effect for them and the lives that they touch, right? So we have to
So
look at
true.
how our obedience is so, it's like the tip of the iceberg. If you see pictures of icebergs and how it's just a little above the water,
Right.
we have to know that our obedience is the huge mass of ice under the water. And every time we don't operate in obedience, we're impacting that mass under the water, right? And so,
Well,
exactly, she's like, it would
you
have held
better
them up,
preach. You
fired
better
up.
preach that thing. You better preach that iceberg.
Exactly. And
Preach
not
it.
only would have held them up, it would have held me up, right? So we
Right.
just got to think about these God moments that we have. They're just not coincidences. I know some people like to say that. We don't believe in that. Okay. For us, we know
No.
that our lives are divinely orchestrated
Every
lit-
second of every day.
every day, every day.
Every day.
So we can look back and we can see these moments because we know they exist when we take the time to pause and today, on Tuesday, give a little gratitude.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
we are loving these comments. We're loving this interaction,
Yes,
guys. Yes.
you're
Yes.
spot
So
on.
keep it coming because y'all are spot on with us.
Mm,
And it's so
disobedience.
true, Vernicia. Yes, that disobedience.
Ooh,
Being
ooh.
a blessing blocker. Let me tell you. Ah,
Yes, ma'am. Miss Hicks, I
oh,
tell you what, I'm just telling you what I know because we've lived it.
and
Telling you
still
what we're
living it,
living
and still
right now.
living,
Because
and
it was a
still
choice.
living.
I surely was like, really don't want to go.
Mm-mm.
Just being real talk. Got there, had a great time. Had a
Yeah.
great time. But yes, an hour prior, I was adamant that I was just going head on home and do the things I needed to do for the week. But again, as we say, it's not about us. So those are our God moments.
So good. And let us know what your God moments are. We would love to hear what your God moment is
Yes.
from this past week. You can post it in the comments, share it with us. We'd love to hear about that. And we'll have something for you coming up here in a few minutes where you'll have another opportunity to
Mhm.
share your God moments and testify, as they say at church, and testify. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So let's talk about our trending topic for today. Today's trending topic.
Ooh,
What
ooh,
is today's trending topic?
ooh.
Because it's one of your favorite words.
It is one of my favorite. One, y'all, not all. Let's put it in
I
perspective.
said
Okay.
one. I said
One.
one. One.
One. Okay, so today's trending topic of all of the fun things that describe this show, which is probably about 5 or 6 F's, right? You guys saw that on there. Today, the fun,
Almost all the F's.
almost all the F's, right? So today, the F is finance, it's one of my favorite things to talk about, but only because it has such an impact generationally. And it's a topic, to believe it or not, that Jesus talked about in the Bible finances just as much as he talked about love. Like for
Right.
some reason, he felt the need to make sure it was documented that often, right? Not by coincidence. So he clearly wanted us to be stewards. So Tania, let's talk about one of our favorite F's today. It's finances. So Tania talked
Let's talk
about
about it.
the stimulus check. So again, let's talk about it, right? So some people have received it, some have not, some it's on the way, right? It's March, so some has received tax refunds, some again on the way in the future. So let's talk about what people do with the management of those resources, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I know we have access to
Mhm.
an amazing resource and program for finances and budgeting. So you want to share with our listeners what that amazing resource is and talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. One of my most favorite things is the Dave Ramsey and Financial Peace University. And I've been walking alongside and was introduced to that in 2011. And it was during a time where definitely made more than enough money, wanted to make sure that the stewardship of that money, that was the key. And I love how the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University plan walks out life with you, helping you to understand the importance of savings, the importance of an emergency fund, and the importance of budgeting. And budgeting doesn't mean no, right? It doesn't mean
Right.
lack, right? It means you dictate where your money is going versus going down the street and just throwing your money out the window. So Tania has put in the comments a great resource that is for Dave Ramsey and Financial Peace University. You can get it in a class form, in person when we were before COVID. You know, definitely you can join in-person classes, small groups. You have now online platforms where you can do them virtually at home, self-paced. There's so
Right.
many renditions for it, but I love the free resources that Dave Ramsey offers. So whether or not you pay to go through the Financial Peace University or not, totally up to you. But we're going to share with you the link of the free resources. I love the Every Dollar app. I have that on my cell phone. It's great. And it's cool because it actually transfers your information from month to month. And so you can connect it to your bank account if you choose to, or not, just use it as the app where it's just on your phone. And you can
Right.
just, you know what, this month I want to spend this on groceries or this on gas or your living expenses. I always tell people, you know, plan for having fun. Budgets doesn't mean you have to be restrictive. It just means you're a planner of where you're going to allocate those funds. So when I would go on cruises or travel, that's perfectly fine. I travel knowing that I had the allocated funds in my account because it was in my budget. And that's fun when you can travel. You don't have to worry about, the debt and not having to worry about coming home and paying on credit card bills or paying on something
Girl.
later, right? Um,
Right.
and so for me, I've been a Dave Ramsey facilitator for many years. I absolutely love helping people change the trajectory of their family tree because wealth generationally is something that perpetuates, but also poverty. And so we want to look at how do we
Yeah.
break those cycles. And so as Tania shared, this is stimulus and tax refund season. How are you using your money that wasn't in your budget, right? So this is now over and above. Are you going to be a good steward and put some of that in savings? Are you going to give to those that are less fortunate? Are you going to spend it on things that you don't need, right? I'm intrigued, definitely let us know what you planned on doing. But I encourage you, as a financial literacy instructor that I have been for many years, is to put the money, please put some in savings. And go do what you want to do with the rest, right? But I'm just from me to you, please put some in savings, right? If you're getting $1,400 per human being that's in your dwelling, plus whatever is coming from your refund, if you're getting a refund, right?
Right.
So maybe put some away. Dave Ramsey talks about, $1,000 as an emergency fund. So
Right.
maybe you can, put 1,000 to the side and do what you want to do with the 400. Maybe that's an option. So, Tania, you have any other suggestions?
You know me. I'm gonna go straight to did you pray about it?
I'm saying.
Because if God handed it to us, the only thing he expects us and needs us to do is to talk to him about it.
Right.
So, in addition to Dave Ramsey or any other financial strategist out there, right? We just named one. There are many more. There are many more. But just talk to the head strategist first, the chief strategist, the chief financier. Have you had that conversation with him first of, okay, God, what do you want me to do
Right.
with this money? Where do you need it to go? Right? Because like we just talked about, that obedience is key. And who is waiting on you to be obedient with what you've been given?
So true.
I'm gonna just put that out there.
And being good stewards, right? Like people always tell me from the business community, oh, we'd love to be able to be millionaires. And I'm like, well, what are you doing with your thousands?
Right.
Right? Like
All
God
day.
wants, sure, absolutely. We want abundance and we want to be able to bless others, right? But we need you to be a good steward of what God has given you. So take the time, as Tania said, pray about it, and definitely follow those instructions versus just going out and spending it like a kid in a candy store, right? Which we know.
We'll laugh about that in a little bit, y'all. We'll
Right.
laugh about that in just a little bit later on in our show. We'll laugh about that, the reality of that. And we put the links in the chat to Dave Ramsey and of course those free tools that Wynn was talking about. So feel free to share those with anybody that you know that could use some wisdom in that area, right? Or has been talking about for the longest time, chatting with you about, hey, I'd love to do this. I'd love to be able to do that. It starts with the discipline and obedience. That's what it starts with. It's the discipline and obedience, guys. So we are going to transition now and have a little chat just about speaking of obedience, just a few of the things that God has the two of us doing in this season of our lives right now. So, Wynn, would you love to share first where it is God has you right now, what he has you focused on?
Sure. So as I talked about last week, I've written a book called Release, and it literally is a book talking about release in all areas of your life to obtain success. And it definitely talks quite a bit about forgiveness and just being able to help you thrive in life. So it's a phenomenal book, and it encompasses a 20-year journey. So that will be out soon. And I would love, thank you, if you all could join us right after the show at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We will be doing our Testimony Tuesdays. And this is something that has been placed on my heart to do last month. And we kicked it off last week. And so super excited. So that's going to be every Tuesday following this show at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Do a search and you can find the Testimony Tuesday Facebook group, and Tania will put the link in the chat as well, so you can click on that. But the group is phenomenal. Be able to join that, and tonight at 8:30 Eastern, we're going to go live so that you can just take it back old school and share what God has done for you. Listen to others, be encouraged, and to just know that we don't have the old school that we used to have, but God is still doing amazing things, and people need to hear about that and be encouraged. So that's one aspect. And also Cozy Conversations. That's every first Friday of the month. We just had a great one for the beginning of March.
Yeah.
So excited about that. That's going to be April 2nd will be our next one. So join us virtually for Cozy Conversations. That's open to all women. And we're going to be having a great topic conversation for April. is going to be on self-love and mental health. So please join us for that. Share and invite. Would love to have you.
Yeah, for real. Both are amazing, right? Because as the scripture says, and just so y'all know, we grew up in King James Version days, so
Right.
if you go hear us quote scripture, it's going to be in the thus and the thou, right? It's not going to be in the Message version, so just be ready for it. But the word talks about we overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, right? And the word of our testimony. So that testimony piece is powerful. Don't you sleep on your testimony. Don't you sleep on what God has done for you, because once again, it wasn't for you. So somebody needs to hear. Somebody needs that reassurance. Somebody needs that confidence of, okay, well, God, if you did it for them, I know you have to do it for me. I know you have to, right? So those Testimony Tuesdays, tune in. We'd love to have you and see you over there. And the links are in the comments, and you can just make sure you turn your notifications on so you'll know when we're about to go live on that Testimony Tuesday. And same with like when we're saying with the Cozy Conversations, you can click on the link for that and like it. Follow the pages, right? So you'll get the notifications. Turn your notifications on. So for me, oh my goodness, this
Yeah.
this has been sorry y'all, I had to wipe my nose. For those that live in Austin, you already know that the allergy struggle is real. So for me, these past couple years have been a whirlwind, but especially this year. So I too was blessed. Well, you keep using the word blessed to write a book.
Might as well call it what it is.
Are we blessed when we don't want to write it though?
Ooh.
But anyway, blessed to write a book. The book is called Faith That Goes the Distance, a journey of walking on water with God. And so this book is about the faith journey, the modern day Abraham, Sarah journey of my amazing hubby, James, and I, and God transitioning us and moving us from the East Coast to Texas about 14 years ago, coming up on 14 years ago now. And just all that God walked us through, carried us through, right, over those 13 years, and just his faithfulness in the midst of everything that he allowed us to endure during that time. So that will be coming out soon. We will let you guys know when our books drop. We will put it out there on the page as soon as our books drop. So I'm excited about that. I do have a website where you're welcome to follow me on there. I'll put it in the comments here shortly, but it's TaniaEasterling.com. And I also have been requested by God to start doing devotionals. So there's one devotional on there now. Feel free to I invite you to to read that devotional. I pray it blesses you. Of course, it's on faith. It is one of the mantles that God seems to have placed on my heart, even though sometimes, we don't want them there. But God's like, no, this is what you will. This is what I birthed in you. This is purpose at work. So it is on faith. So feel free to share it with others. If you need to reach out, you're welcome to. There's a contact me page on there. If you're struggling in your faith or would just love to talk to someone about that, I'd love to do that. Love to encourage people in their faith. And so those are a couple of the things that I'm doing. Wynn and I together, we're still doing a book study where we are with some other amazing women of God. We are reading Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. Hopefully everybody can see that.
Great book.
So we're already about midway through this powerful story. However, I would encourage anyone that is or has ever questioned how much God loves them. It is the fictional version of the book of Hosea, where in the Bible, Hosea is a prophet, and God tells him to go marry a prostitute. Sorry, y'all. We constantly have to laugh at that part because it's just like, okay. But woo, God told Hosea to marry a prostitute so that he would know the depths of his love, right? And his love for his people, his chosen people. And so the book Redeeming Love is a fictionalized story of that. So I would encourage anybody, if you ever struggle sometimes just reading the Bible, that book will still set you straight. God is ministering through the pages, the many pages of that beautiful book. So we are doing that book study with some ladies, and we'll let everybody know if God tells us to do another book. We'll be sure to let people know. When we say this obedience thing, y'all, is day by day, this thing is day by day on the real. We are day by day. It is a wake up and thus saith the Lord. All right, you're gonna do this now. So we're like, okay. So we'll let y'all know when God lets us know. Okay. So we also my husband and I are blessed to be premarital teachers of our church's premarital class. So shout out to James Easterling, because I'm pretty sure he's watching. We will be celebrating 17 years married this Saturday, 20 years together. So crazy. So crazy.
I'm so excited for your wedding anniversary, because that lets me know that I yet was obedient.
There's that. One day we'll have to have that story on an episode. That's not for today, but one day we'll have to pull you all in on that long-standing running laughter and joke that turned out to be a divine appointment, truly. So
you're welcome. Yeah. Enjoy your wedding anniversary.
I guess this is where I say thank you, because we're live, so I have to say thank you.
You are welcome.
So we are premarital class teachers, and we love giving future married warriors the tools they need, because marriage is not a fairy tale, y'all. It's not Disney. Don't believe the lie. Don't believe the lie. It is a beautiful iron sharpening iron, purpose and progress. Why did God put us together? So we can discover that and get the work done, and in between there, we'll have some fun, having children and doing what needs to be done to get to the children. We'll have some fun in between that, and maybe occasionally vacation every once in a while, and laugh and joke. But yeah, it's straight ministry. It's straight iron sharpening iron. So we have enjoyed that season and are enjoying that season, and look forward to our next class, hopefully soon. So that is what God has had me up to. Whew. And of course, there's this talk show. As we both go silent for a moment.
Right? It was a pregnant pause.
It's another obedience moment. Guys, just so y'all know, this is not our norm. This honestly just isn't a lane that we flow in
at all.
Not really.
Not really. But we did not desire to write a book, nor did we desire to have a talk show. No. But it's not about our desires. We just had that conversation. So here we are, and our books are done. So, there's that, right? Obedience, there's that.
Yeah. Always better than sacrifice. There's a takeaway from today. Obedience is always better than sacrifice, right?
Or if not, then you smell fishy.
Ooh. You want to share with people what that fishy reference is from really quick?
You'll hear that ongoing, right? That'll be the joke, the running joke of Jonah, right? So you'll be just be obedient, because nobody wants you smelling fishy. And trust me, you'll smell fishy after a while. People around you you'll smell it, and then everybody around you will start to smell it.
Good.
So just do what you're supposed to do.
Right. It is that simple. It really is that simple. Okay. So Vin, you want to tell them what's up next?
Oh my goodness. So we have absolutely each week there is going to be hilariousness because our sense of humors, right? And as we mentioned last week, the sarcasm that we have is, we get it honestly from our DNA. So
Totally.
it is top notch, grade A
High
quality.
quality. High quality.
Oh, it's high quality sarcasm. So we choose not to let you down each week. So we always have a segment that's called "I Got Questions," and as she says, yes, we know it's grammatically incorrect on
Right.
purpose, right? And so for this week, we're going to talk about the I Got Questions. And the I Got Questions category, again, is talking about the stimulus check and the tax refund season and the stereotypes that come from different audiences, cultures, and people when it comes to spending, right? Their
Right.
tax refund or their stimulus check or money that just, as they say, came out of nowhere, right? Or money that they were given. So do they first save or not? And if they choose not to, where does their money go? So is it typically consumable products or is it savings? So Tania and I took some time and we did some research on some memes, which was they were absolutely hilarious, guys. You just do a simple search online for memes on tax refunds and memes on stimulus checks. Oh my goodness. Be prepared for the laughter because I don't know who created such graphics, but entertaining they are. And yes. They play right into the stereotypes. So Tania and I, you can tell we typically do not walk around the house in fur, right? But for today, we wanted to do that. We wanted to have, she has her purple fur scarf. Tania, do your little model. That's phenomenal.
Yes. And for those that care, yes, I'm a vegetarian and yes, I'm rocking the real fur. This is rabbits. I mean, God put them on the earth, for our use. So
this is truly for this particular segment is the reason why we're even in these outfits. Otherwise, we would not be. For me, I have, and you can see it's large. It keeps falling down off me. But my mother gave me this, and I love it. And it's a pearl encrusted fur shawl, and I absolutely love it. So we did this today, right? Because we're talking about how people spend their excess money, their refunds, their stimulus, whatever things that they're getting that they haven't planned for on consumable products versus saving. So we had to be in the fur. And of course, the running joke that we know is a stereotype, whether people want to acknowledge it or not in our culture. Typically, when people receive a refund or a stimulus check, more than likely going out to eat seafood. So there was I got questions, right? Why? We want to know why. Why are those the two stereotypes, right? You're buying a consumable product. Typically, it's going to be fashion or electronics, okay? Something wearable, whether it's Jordans or fur, right?
Right.
Jewelry. I don't know, right? We're wearing something that's consumable, right? And we're eating it. We're eating it. We're going out to eat whatever, if it's seafood, whether it's steak. Tania, talk to it. Why? Give us some scenarios of where is this stemming from? I'd love to know because I got questions of why we're always, the memes say crab legs. That's what the meme says.
Which is so crazy because I'm like, crab legs, out of everything you could desire to eat, crab legs. I'm like, there's so many, there's so many other. I mean, personally, I'd go for the lobster. Like if I want to splurge, I'm going to go for the lobster. And because I'm from the East Coast, I'm smart enough to know you order the whole lobster. Don't let them trip you up with just the tail. There is meat in the rest of the lobster. So I'm going to order the entire lobster. But girl.
Where does it come from? We're going to eat seafood, right? And we're going shopping.
I would say if I got to be serious for 1 second, because I know this segment is supposed to be funny, but in all seriousness, I truly believe it comes from the lack that we've had for so many years and so many generations. Okay. So we get a little coin,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna move up like George and Wheezy. I'm gonna go have me. I'm gonna go have me a nice meal.
Right, right.
I'm gonna have me a good meal, and I'm gonna go out and get those pair of shoes I've been wanting. It's okay. God bless me with it, so He meant for me to enjoy it. So I'm gonna just go to that, right?
Right, right. Why
Uh,
is that our first reaction, though? Tell me why savings is not our first reaction. I
because
don't
it
care if it's
wasn't it wasn't
$100.
it wasn't modeled. That wasn't modeled.
Okay.
Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes that mess was not modeled. That was not modeled for us,
Or
right?
shared, right? Because
Or
maybe if
shared,
your parents did that, maybe that was
right?
an internal conversation between your parents or your mother or your father, and that wasn't communicated. So it wasn't shown to you of when you have over and
Yeah.
above resources, right? That this is what you do with the allocation. So maybe there's that, right? But I just thought how hilarious that the entire internet seems to have this reoccurring theme of the culture and crab legs, right? The culture and seafood, the culture and Jordans, right? Or something fashionable. So
Oh
you're
my
eating it
gosh.
or you're wearing it. Those are the two things that your money is going to during tax refund season is food and or something that goes on your body, right?
I'm just saying, you would think by now that certain retailers, like you just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
right? The shoes, the technology, you would think those certain retailers would be smart enough by now to be like, you know what? I'm gonna put out the newest and latest and greatest right at tax time.
Right,
You
right.
would think, because if that's how you want, if that's how you want our money, then that's when you do it, right? Because it literally just burns. It just goes straight through the
Currency.
hand to crab legs.
It flows like currency, right? So it doesn't stop at any point. And so I'm intrigued. I've got questions. I really am. And I'm not saying that I myself is not, will not be participating in some seafood, in the next couple of weeks because I might.
Oh,
So,
oh,
so, um,
definitely.
so
It's
I'm
my
definitely
anniversary weekend. I'm gonna have some seafood now.
there.
Probably
You
won't
go,
be
right?
crab
That's
legs.
a special occasion, but I am
It just
intrigued.
happened to fall. It just happened to fall
I'm just saying,
in the
and since
midst
it
of the
does, I
stimulus.
mean,
Right. I mean, hey, God bless me. Since He blessed me, since He
right?
blessed me, I might as well, you
Oh
know.
my gosh. So I'd love to see the comments and read the comments from everybody to know what are you going to do with your extra resources? What are you going to do that's fun? Are you going to give back to your community? Are you going to save it? Are you going to spend it? A little combination of all those things.
Or are you going to add to the stereotype and go get you some crab legs?
I mean,
I mean, in Austin, there's not too many great places to get crab legs, but hey, no shade on anybody. Let us know. Let us know
right?
where how you plan on being part of the stereotype or not being part of the stereotype. Just let us know, because crab legs, I still don't know where they got that from. I was
Oh,
like,
sure.
was there a poll? Was there a survey? Because
I
nobody
don't
asked me to
know.
take the survey, because I would not
It's
have selected crab legs.
so funny to see. I love it. Good on you, Linda. Save it and use it for my sinking fund. How about that, right? And somebody's knocking out debts. Yes, ladies, get the debt.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes. And then maybe, right, treat yourself to a nice meal because you
most
have used those
definitely.
resources well, right? So you have to enjoy life. That's not where we're coming from, right? Is to live, where you feel you can't enjoy, right? But
Right.
agreed, take care of your expenses because here's the thing that we also saw on some of those memes. Tax time pictures, you look like royalty and you're eating high on the hog. And then they showed the side by side picture of after tax time, right?
Right.
And what the person looked
And
like.
you're eating ramen. No offense against ramen noodles,
Correct.
because they
I
have
was
their
like,
place.
wow, wow. Yeah. So there
Yeah.
is that, right? So
Yeah.
thank you, ladies. Thank you all for sharing. maybe some family photos, right? Capturing some
Ooh,
good memories
that
with
is a
those friends.
great idea. Yes.
Absolutely.
Look, is Ola Mill still around after all these years? Can we
I
still
don't
get the Ola
know.
Mill family photo?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that is so
Yeah.
true. Doing something fun. But yeah, I mean, when you blow through the money and it's gone, right? You've eaten it, or at least if it's in your closet, you can see it. I always love that quote from Sex and the City with Carrie when she said, I'd like to know where my money is, right? Where she's like, I wanted my money where I can see it, just in her closet. So,
Yes.
I mean, there's that. But have fun with it.
Specifically on the feet,
Yeah, there
which
you
she
go.
will always get an amen for me on that. Always on the shoes.
I promise you,
Yes.
Tania, that I will, as you are one of my accountability partners, I promise that I will put money in savings. I will give, first of all. I will put some money in savings. I will get the red pair of stiletto high heels that you have requested that I
Thank you.
buy. Definitely. And I will probably have a nice meal while we're on spring break. So
Crab
there's that.
legs. Crab legs.
It might be some legs of a crab. It might be legs of a crab. I will let you know.
Oh, that you'll have to post a selfie. You got to if you do the crab legs, I would need you to let us all know
Absolutely.
that you
Absolutely.
added to the stereotype. And I'm
My
afraid for you.
crab legs and my red high heels will
Oh my
definitely,
gosh.
but they won't be until after I have given and I have saved. So, being a
Yeah.
good steward and still having some fun.
Yeah. Real talk. That was that was true. Yeah. So let us know how you plan on being part of the stereotype or not.
Right.
If you've heard any other stereotypes out there as far as people's lovely spending habits during these times, because this is the third round of stimulus, I think,
Mm,
right?
yeah. Right.
Man,
Yeah. 600,
right,
1,200, 1,400. Right. Yeah.
right. Hey, we keep going higher. Okay, Lord. Okay. We'll see.
Right.
We'll
Every
see.
round, higher and higher with every round. That's what it is.
Just
Right.
say
So
it.
it's just about being a good steward. So that was that segment. And if you have any other comments or suggestions, some great ideas you guys have thrown at us, please, by all means. We love the family photo, family vacation, right? You've got spring break coming up. Even if you do a
Yes.
staycation or something close to where you live with the pandemic, be safe and still enjoy that. So,
Hmm.
spring is upon us.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, Win. I got a question.
You got questions?
I got a question.
Okay, have at it.
So, social media over the weekend,
Woo! Help us, Lord.
it was buzzing. It was buzzing. It was buzzing with a parent
Mm-hmm.
uh, being taped, being recorded, of having a come to Jesus meeting with their grown child,
Well,
and then that grown child putting it all on social media. So, my question is,
yes, ma'am.
as parents, do I not get a pass? Do I not get a pass when? Because if you're gonna step to me grown,
Ooh,
if you're gonna step to me grown,
I'm just saying.
do I not get a pass to step back at you grown?
Grandma used
And
to say, yeah,
I love Jesus. I do love Jesus. Oh, I
mm,
love him. I
we do.
love him.
There's always like a comma. There's
But
always
we
like,
all right, comma. But we all got sides that he's still working on. And mine is with my mouth. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. It's with my mouth. It's with my mouth. My mouth and my face. Because sometimes my face speaks louder than my mouth, y'all. Sometimes. So sometimes the sister got to do a reset, you know. So you just
honey.
get that look off the face. Get that look off the face.
Ooh, so your question
Is my
specifically,
question is as parents,
yes.
can we get a pass? Can we get a pass when sometimes we have to remind our children
Mm,
who's the real adult in the room?
So let me answer very quickly. Flat out, handle it, right? Handle it.
Right.
Now, how you handle it, that is what we're going to talk about. Okay. Because you will be handled, right? But it's how it's handled,
Oh yeah.
right? And so, as we say in life, you can choose to react or you can choose to respond. There's that. Comes with a little emotional intelligence. But you are referring to in social media and one of the gospel artists of how he has responded or how he responded to his grown son. That was what you were referring to,
Yes.
which was recorded, and only a portion of the recording, right, is what was put out on social media, not the entire conversation. So,
Right.
so with that, grandma used to say you can be one or two things. You can be loud or you can be wrong, but you cannot be both. Okay.
Right.
So there's that. So how the snippet clip came out, it's very one-sided. I am with social media. If you're going to put it out there, first of all, it's none of our business, number one.
Right.
But if you're going to put it out there, then let us have the whole clip so we can put it in context. We have it in perspective. We know where it's coming from, and then we can make our opinions on your business
Right.
accordingly, right? Although it is still none of our business. But at the end of the day, parents absolutely have the right to be able to express how they feel to adult children. Hopefully it's in a respectful manner where it's reciprocated with respect. And when it's not, and you have to handle it as it was handled, there's that. So I'm just saying, sometimes you have to meet people where they are. And sometimes, as Bernie Mac used to say, people don't understand when you talk good English. So,
I mean, really.
so sometimes you have to meet people where they are in order for their level of communication to be effective to them. And that's how that played out this weekend, where his response was apparently effective in how he expressed himself, because he let him know what you're not going to do, okay, is disrespect me. That's what you're not going to do. And so we can agree to disagree in every conversation. And Tini and I, we have conversations where we don't always see eye to eye on everything. But what we will never do to each other is disrespect each other.
No.
And that's just humanity in general. You do not have to agree with everyone's opinion, but to be disrespectful is just unacceptable. And at that point, now you have put yourself in a position to be disrespected in return when that happens.
But can we be real? Because had you or I even thought to release on the tongue such words to our parents,
I mean,
somebody would have been putting me in the grave.
There's that.
Because I would have been taken out.
Even over the phone. Over the phone, they would have somehow worked through the phone. Like, it would have been a 3D method where they would have come through technology with some hands-on reciprocation. So not saying that, that's always the best method, because it is not. But to also understand apparently how the conversation played out, it escalated. We don't know how much was prior, again, because it was just a clip.
Exactly.
But from what we did hear, it was a significant level of disrespect. Words were said, and the gentleman felt like he was, he felt disrespected, and he mentioned that numerous times. So that's I'm going to repeat the question that you have. And so she says there would have been some slow singing and some flower bringing. Absolutely, right? You would have, back in the day, if you were in hand-reaching earshot, right? I totally agree with you. It would have been handled in a different manner. But it's a shame that communication has to get to that point where you have to feel like you have to disrespect someone, you have to cuss them out, or you have to have an altercation. But again, as I said, there are times where
Sometimes that's all people understand.
you have to meet them where they are.
And
in order
I
to
feel
really
like Jesus gave me a pass because he walked up to the temple
come
and
on.
he could have said, "Thus saith thou."
Mhm.
And
But he didn't.
he walked up to the temple and he
He didn't.
flipped the tables.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
flipped the tables. To me, the thug version, the thug translation of my Bible is he was like, what you're not gonna do
Right.
is disrespect me
There's
in
that.
my house. Now,
There.
we don't
There's that.
know. We don't know if there were curse words back then.
I'm sure.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm sure there was something
And
along
anyone
those
that
lines.
knows Tania and I personally know that we have grown over the years, because I can speak for myself. I'm not even going to put Tania out there. I will speak for myself. I very much have Peter tendencies. If anyone is familiar with Peter in the Bible, very much. So it's a joke in my family. I have come a tremendous, when we talk about self-growth, tremendously far. With emotional intelligence, not saying everything that comes to my mind without a filter to come straight out of my mouth, as Tania used to always remind me that it didn't even touch my tongue. It would come from my mouth, my head, right out. And it would be the truth, right? But
It would always be the truth.
It would be at the most inappropriate time. And it would be so deep in the truth. And so Peter is my alter ego. Thank you, sis. Me too. So let me tell you. So my father used to always tell people, like,
that is why I have loved you for as long as I have. I knew there was a connection when I met you. I knew there was a connection.
We have them inside of us. And my father used to always say, like, when is your ride or die? Right? but don't cross her, because it's not going to be good. And so over the years, I have grown. We've gotten so much better. Tania has really, it's been God, really. But again, Peter, honestly, he chose these 12 people. He knew their tendencies. He knew their personalities. He knew how they handled things, right? So why did he choose to have someone around him that would cut and cuss?
Because everybody needs at least one person in your life that will cut and cuss.
You need a ride or die.
Everybody needs at least one. We all need at least one person.
Peter was Jesus' ride or die, and he held him down. So there are times when it's needed and it's effective. But to speak to your question, it's never okay, period, for disrespect to be accepted from a parent to a grown child to a parent. Or even if they're younger, then there's a disciplinary action there. But when they're grown, as this gentleman was and is, then you just have to just bid them adieu. You got to have some healthy boundaries, give some space. And as he says, he acknowledged, hey, what you're not going to do is disrespect me, right? And so until you can come back, we can have a healthy conversation with respect. May not always agree, but with respect. Right. Then at that point, you got to have some grace and space. So.
And there's nothing wrong with loving people from a distance sometimes.
You have to.
Sometimes there's just that season where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to love you because God says I have to love you.
Yes.
But I'm going to love you from over here for a while. Like, you do you, boo. You do you, but I'm gonna love you from a distance for a while.
That's the healthy boundaries.
It is so important, and that goes for family relationships, friendships, even sometimes in the business arena. Like it is. Those boundaries are necessary, and I am also a Peter. Wynn could have spoke for me at that moment because this is one of the areas we are very much alike.
Very much.
But I'm a save Peter just like her. So yeah, I'm a cuss you. I'm gonna cut you, but then I'm gonna pray for your healing after I cut you. That's what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
And not always necessarily in that order of what I said, but yeah, don't come at me wrong, because God is still working on me as I remind people. He's still working on me. He's still working on me. Don't take the smile. Ooh, don't.
No, Not at all.
Don't
Not
take
at,
the smile. Don't take it as you see it. So, because I've been known to tell some people about themselves and still be
and
smiling the
never
whole
break a
time.
smile. Never, honey. You politely, with grace, let you know about yourself with grace and love, right? So, shout out to Kirk. Hopefully things work itself out with his
Truly,
family, and
truly.
all families across, this
Yes.
globe, right?
Yes, Venicia.
Yes,
Yes. So true. Yes, you
it's the
want me.
truth.
You want me on my medicine. You want me
Yes.
on my medicine.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
and real talk, shout out to all of us that were born before all this technology.
Oh yes. Yes.
Because
Different life.
yeah, yeah, I'm thankful there's no video out there of the many
Mm-mm.
times I got backslapped by Anne.
Mm. Did you see
There's
my
no
face? Like
video footage.
I flinched. Did you see the
Right,
flinch? Like I had a reaction. Like it was like,
right.
oh.
There's no video. There's no video footage of that. There's none. There's none of me at 18 thinking I'm grown and talking
Mm.
back. Ooh, yeah. There's none of that. So, shout out to those of us that God knew. God knew. No, I need you to be born before the technology. I need all that out your system
Right. Exactly.
long
Yeah.
before the
And we
tech.
grew up with switches and belts. So yeah, trees were planted for shade and switches. Those were the two things that trees were planted for where I grew up. So yeah, probably switches over shade, to be very honest with you. So
Right.
yeah,
And we are not condoning physical
not at all. We hope that you
physical
handle it again, grace and
right,
space. Find a way to handle it, but again, do not allow yourself to be disrespected. You need to have some healthy boundaries.
right,
So
right.
yeah.
And for the record, we turned out all right. All right. For the most part, we turned out all right.
Right? I think so. Definitely. Definitely. So you all share with us what your thoughts are on from the social media buzz that's going around about Kirk and his son, and how that played out on social media with the level of disrespect. And kudos to Kirk for coming on social media and giving an apology. I didn't feel that was
Right.
warranted, but again, that was what he felt was best. To be able to apologize. But we, definitely want to keep his family in our thoughts and prayers. Keep his family just in your thoughts as you go forward. Hopefully everything works itself out. And if not, then again, grace and space,
Right.
good solution.
Right. Right. And don't judge.
Right.
Right. It's a beautiful reminder for none of us to judge, because none of us are always speaking King James Version out of our mouths, right? So, but for the grace of God, God doesn't turn on the camcorder on us and allow the world to hear and see
Mm.
all that we say out of our mouths and all that we do. So,
Or our thoughts, because I know we
oh,
don't always articulate everything.
right.
However, our thoughts sometimes are scandalous. Definitely sometimes worse than what
Whew.
comes out of people's mouths. So grace and space.
Yeah. Yeah, for real on that. So, so this is a lovely time we give. We give just a little time to our audience. We want to thank you guys so much for taking time to put us in your ears, put us before your eyes for this time. We are loving this journey God has us on. No matter how crazy it may look to us, we are truly loving this. So let us know what your feedback is. If you have any questions for us or just any comments you want to make about today's episode, go ahead and put it in the comments, because this is a time that we'll take to answer your questions. We'd love to interact, so let us know. So Vernicia
First
had
question.
posted, yeah, it was a statement.
Ooh.
She said, personally, I question what his purpose was. for initially recording the conversation that seemed like a setup. And
I
I
mean,
would
I
completely
agree.
agree with you, right? Because
Yep.
what other reason would you have
Hmm.
except to embarrass,
Hmm.
right?
Correct.
Maybe expose, but it's like, okay, but guess what? This person is, you came from this person. So it's still attached to you no matter what. So yeah, it was shade. It was
And to be
shade.
honest, like we said, why, as Kirk even said, why was it just the clip, right? Play the entire conversation. If you
Right.
want to prove your point, right, then prove your point. But you
No.
look, it doesn't, now you have just taken the momentum out of your point by just the clip.
Well,
So,
what parent wants I mean, what child wants to admit that their parent that their parent was right and they were wrong in something? I don't know too many kids that ever want to admit that. At least not in our younger years,
yes, yeah.
right? So yeah, I was not surprised that the whole clip was not played. Not at all. Not at all.
Pretty strategic.
Linda, hi Linda.
Linda,
Yes, that's fam, y'all. That's family. That's family.
it
So,
doesn't build trust in relationships at all, right?
right.
That's
Mm-mm.
huge. And trust is so hard. Like it takes years to build trust and moments to break. And so you have to look at that. Like, what has that now done for any conversations that they're going to have as a family, that dynamic moving forward? Are we leaving all devices at the door, right?
Oh, you best better
Are we
believe
going in a
it.
soundproof room? Like, can we not just have a conversation as a family because of this? I mean, that's horrible.
Right, right. And do we have a mediator present for a season?
I mean, and it was
Like,
interesting. Shout out to Kirk because he mentioned that a part of that clip was not covered, that he had called his family therapist. And I
yes, I
thought,
love that. I
you
love
get
that.
snaps, Kirk,
Yeah,
for
all
having a
day.
family therapist. Because, first of all, that within itself is amazing, especially how
Hmm.
mental health has a stigma in a lot of cultures and communities.
Right,
So, and especially in some of the religious circles, having a
right,
therapist, right? They always want to pray about it. No, sometimes you need therapy. And so,
right.
shout out to that. That'll be on up episodes, coming later down the road of how I am the hugest fan of therapy. God and therapy together. You got to have them. So shout out
Almost
for
definitely.
on that. So Linda, yes, social media can definitely ruin. Yeah, absolutely. Like I don't think he thought it through at all. Um,
No,
I think
no.
it was kind of a maybe in the moment.
But okay, so real talk for a moment.
What was
How
his
many
motive?
how many young people think stuff through to begin with anyway?
Very
That's
true.
that's the downside to all this social media is everybody feels as though the
Mhm.
world needs to hear their opinion and needs to see what they're going through. And it's like,
Right.
well, some of it, yes, we appreciate when you're struggling in something to know. So we know how to pray for you, how to care for you.
Right.
But we don't always need to know everything. We don't need to know everything,
Not at all.
right? So yeah, I agree, Linda. It's now going to be part of his social media feed and his history, which you right, a lot of employers now go to their social media to check it out. They're like, what are
Well,
you posting? What are you doing?
and to the point, right? Even if he deletes it from his social media, her other point too was about how it can be damaging and their future, right? So
Yeah.
when we think about the impact, right? So now your entire bubble is going to be questioning, can they trust you? So personally, professionally, right? Can we trust you? Because we don't know if at any given moment you're going to do the same thing. That's why they always say be mindful and cautious of people who gossip. That's what they used to always say, right? Because they say if they're not
Hmm.
talking about the one person, right? They
Talking
very
about
much
you.
can be talking about you, right?
Right.
So be mindful of people with these character traits. And so because all it is just a switch out of one person or the other. So you just got to be mindful of your bubble. So I agree with her. His future concern, right? How is that going to impact his future relationships?
Yeah.
I don't know, right?
I know I would never trust you with a phone around me ever again. I can tell you that.
Probably, when you're thinking about security or clearances or anything of that nature, right? Can we trust you, right? Probably, you got
That's
to
a
be
hard
mindful.
pass. That's a hard pass.
You're just recording clips and putting them out there on social media of personal, like you said, it was a private conversation.
Right.
Probably not. So you got to think things through. Don't act in the moment. Again, how you respond and how you react. There's a choice. Take a pause. Take a
Right.
pause.
And everything has a ripple effect. Every
Mm-hmm.
response, every reaction,
Mm-hmm.
every word, right, has a ripple effect. So it's
Absolutely.
like, okay, who's being impacted by that? Because you did it to throw shade on your dad, but what about your mom? What
Right.
about your siblings? Like, there's that
Yes.
ripple effect, right?
Right.
What about the ministries? What about the people that are all attached? It's
I
like,
don't think that he was
come
even
on.
thinking any of that through. I think that it was short-sighted.
Yeah. But
Again, reaction.
that's all of us in the hot moments, right?
Yep. A
It's all
reaction.
of us in
Completely.
those hot moments. It's like, I mean, did Peter think about how that guard was going to feel about his getting cut off in the Garden of
Honey,
Gethsemane? He really didn't care. He
I
was
think
just
that I
like,
think he might have because he went for the ear versus his throat. So
right.
I think he might have put some forethought on what body part he was going to cut, possibly. But nonetheless, he got cut. So there's always a repercussion and a reaction to a reaction. So I don't think that this fared this young man well. Hopefully in the future,
Mm.
he thinks things through. I'm hoping and praying that they get some counseling and some therapy individually and then maybe together once they give some grace and space, and hopefully it works itself out. And if not, again, healthy boundaries.
And serious shout out to all us parents out there, all of us that are trying to raise our babies in this generation, in this culture, in this society of social media and everything that goes along with that, right? Shout out to us. We need to keep each other in prayer, y'all. We need to keep
Right.
each other in prayer because this is the only one that's been put out there because this person is famous, right? Or well known. Because I'm sure it happens all day, every day
Sure. Sure.
in some circles and in some environments. So, yeah, shout out to us parents that's parenting, that's got a parent in this generation. Woof.
Mm,
Oh, Lord.
mm. I am so grateful on that same vein that I did not grow up in this generation
Uh,
of technology
mm-mm,
because,
mm-mm.
to Linda's point, all of our futures would have been damaged. Every last one of I'm seriously, I am so grateful that we had house phones with cords.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yes.
he knew exactly where to drop us in.
Right.
Not too, not in old and not in the
Mm-mm,
new, right? He knew
mm-mm,
exactly where to drop us in because I
mm-mm.
could not imagine growing up in the generation where technology you are always on and you just can't even focus.
No.
And
And doing all my foolishness during the era when the cell phone was about this big. This
come
was
on,
this big.
yeah,
And it didn't have a camera feature. It didn't have any apps to record or take a pic or any of
honey,
that. Thank you,
honey.
Jesus. Look, thank
When
you,
you
Jesus.
wanted pictures back then, you paid to have them developed. That means
Right.
with intention, you wanted these things as evidence.
Or you
Okay.
had your Polaroid. But guess what? If you were pulling your Polaroid out your bag, somebody
Yes.
knew I better stop because there's a big Polaroid. Like
Oh, boy, with
it
intention.
wasn't as sneaky as just putting that up and snapping a pic. Like you
Correct.
talking about taking out the big Polaroid. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. Yeah, no,
Yes. Yeah, there was
no.
no video shots captured and leakage, right? None of that. None of that. Yeah, we were able to enjoy our lives, honey. I am so grateful. My young years, my college years, I am full of gratitude on Testimony Tuesday that I was not born during that technology time. Whew, gratitude
Yeah,
for
no.
sure.
Yeah, no.
Shout out to the kids now that have to deal with that.
Mm,
Yeah. And the parents that have to deal with the repercussions.
And the future technology to come, because we know it's only going to get
absolutely even more
advanced,
yes.
more advanced, more intrusive, right, to come. Yeah. So, yeah. So thank you guys for your comments. Thanks for sharing and expressing where you are with it. We'd love to hear it more. You know, if you have more to say or questions for us, even after we're done this episode, you can continue to post your comments in the chat. In the chat, we'd love to keep the dialogue going and keep talking to you until we come back on next week.
If you watch us on the replay, right, and you're not live, and you have some comments for any of these segments, put it in, submit them. Or if you have questions, we want to talk about future shows, right? Are there certain topics that you want to talk about, trending or not, things that you would like to just have discussion about? Tania, let them know. They can definitely connect with us.
Yeah, so you can connect with us right now through our Facebook page, which is probably how you found us today. So Listen with Tania and Wen. You can do a search for shows titled Listen, and we do come up, and you'll see our logo. You'll see our brand there. So make sure you follow us. Make sure you turn your notifications on, so Facebook can let you know, hey, and send you a little ding of, hey, they're about to go live. They're about to, or they're about to post a video. So we'd love to connect with you. Continue to invite others. Share our page. You're welcome to share our page. If there's somebody that you know that needed to hear about that stimulus this week,
right?
Whether it be about Dave Ramsey or whether it be about the stereotype of some crab legs, if they call you or text you and say, I'm about to go get me some crab legs, you need to send them the link to this. You know, they need an understanding. They need an understanding. So yeah, we'd love for you to share and invite. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the conversation going. And we look forward to our next episode. We'll be right back here next week.
That's it. Stay tuned every Tuesday, and it's going to be Eastern Standard Time at 6 p.m. And someone said it's the crab legs for me. Hello, right?
I'm just saying, crab legs.
Listen.
And once again, just like the lobster, get the whole crab.
Get the whole crab.
Don't let them cheat you out of that. They're gonna charge you $20 for the leg. Just so you know, we're East Coast, so we know all about where all the meat is in all of those animals. Ask for the whole thing. If you're gonna spend $20+,
right?
Tell them, bring me the entire crab.
Bring me the
whole crab. Right?
It is the truth. It's the truth. So I will probably take some pics. I'll be on spring break next week, and it's going to be near the water. So I will take some pics of myself having some great seafood, and hopefully, as Tania has requested, be able to pick up some red stiletto shoes. But I promise you, it will only be after I have given and saved first.
Yes.
But please, as you said, stay in touch with us. It's every Tuesday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 5 Pacific. We always
5 Central. Central.
There we go. 5 Central. I was on Pacific.
Don't you put me out in California. I'm right here in Texas. Don't put me all the way out there.
5
the earth
Central,
moves. No.
6 Eastern. And just set your clock to it. It's a great Tuesday evening where you guys can dialogue with us. We thought this would be great. It's a fun talk show. We're going to be expanding the topics and doing a little bit more of a deeper dive, but it will always be Christ-centered and, of course, with humor. So shoot us, some notes if you want some future topics you want to discuss. We would love to hear them.
All right, guys. Until next week, listen.
Take care. Have a good night.